Howdy everybody, this is Jared with Fluty Homestead. It's a hot Sunday afternoon and been a little bit rainy here, but it quit a few hours ago and I've just been enjoying a little rest. Gotta take a little bit of time to rest, take care of yourself. So I thought while it ain't raining, I heard a little thunder. I thought we'd go check on all the gardens and just give them a good look over and see if there's anything I need to grab and see how close we're getting to having corn. So we'll go along now and we'll take the four-wheeler down the holler and check things out. Okay, here's Lakin's raised bed. And as you see, we've got it all cleaned out and it's ready for fall planting. Only thing left in it is this one corner. She's got a few cucumbers left. And I see a nice one hanging there on the bottom. And she's got two tomato plants, one behind me and one there. And those beans that came up. And the strawberries are about done. There's still a few of them hanging on. But she's all ready. We're going to be planting some more mustard and kale and spinach. And probably some onions too. So we're going to be getting ready probably around the, I don't know, second week of August. We'll plant this bed again. So we'll get our four-wheeler here and we'll go check out the other gardens. Okay, we'll check this garden first. And boy, I hear some thunder rolling in. One thing, I'll go ahead and tell you now, I messed up really bad. I didn't know that walnut trees are poisonous to a lot of garden plants, especially tomatoes. And of course you see what's right above me right here. There's a big black walnut tree. Pretty sky. Looking out over towards West Virginia right there. But you notice all the tomatoes from about here down is all blighting, and this walnut tree is the reason. It's killing them out slowly, and they'll wilt up, and there ain't really nothing I can do for them, but I'm going to cut this walnut tree. Right here is our goose beans. And they are ready to pick. There ain't a whole lot of them, but there's enough for a mess. Pretty bean. They're a dark brown striped looking bean. And really good. They're a pole bean. I'm going to make sure I save plenty of these for seeds. We'll go around this way. Lots of banana peppers ready. I've been picking several of these. That's a nice one there. I bet I've got a good bucket full. Tomatoes are really doing good. This first row is all of the celebrity tomatoes. And like I said, you see how pitiful these are from the walnut tree. But down here, they are really looking good. You can see here what beautiful tomatoes that's coming on here. Loaded down. These celebrities is all beautiful. This one's leaning over on me. Man, this plant has a lot of tomatoes in it. When these really start to turn, I will have my hands full. Every plant is just packed. Danny from Deep South Homestead really recommended these celebrity tomatoes, and I see why now. I mean, every one of them. Look at all these. Hanging in wads, we would say. Okay, we'll go around the back here. The bottom of the garden here is kind of weedy, but all this is finished, so I need to get in here and just mow that down. And I'm gonna plant some fall stuff there. I do have one row of beans down there that is just starting to climb. Oh, here's a beautiful big tomato. Lakin's gonna like this. Man, I don't remember what, let's see. I don't remember if that's a celebrity or not. I don't think so. But man, it is nice. It's big as my hand. And it's starting to turn a little bit pink, I see. The zucchini and squash is just about finished. There's Mr. Vern. We know Vern. Nellie is at her boyfriend's house. She went for a little bit of a trip. I'll have some video from that one day. And I'll let you meet a very special man that you all will really get a kick out of. I see a few little squash and zucchini. There's a yellow squash. So there'll be a few more. These are about done though. Also, if Mr. Rich Griffin's watching, right there are some of my cushaws that he sent me. And they're making beautiful cushaws. I've seen, that's the biggest one I've found. But I've seen about 3 or 4 on there so far, and they're still blooming. Here's a few little tomatoes that's starting to turn red. I need to spray for the blight on these. This batch of cucumbers, you see here how pitiful these look from the walnut tree. They say that I think every part of the tree is poisonous, the roots, the leaves, the wood, everything to plants. And also when it rains, the water that drips off these is what my problem is, I think, right now. That's why all these look so pitiful. These 2 plants here, they're on the very end, and they look pretty healthy, but I believe that this little pawpaw tree kind of protects them. I think it catches the water before it gets on them, and that's my theory on that. Well, you know, Vern, he's growing up good. He's been a little lonely since Nellie's been gone. She's only been gone for just a few days, but he's been around her, you know, all his life, so she'll be back pretty soon. I want to make sure that she gets bred before we bring her back home. But I'm thinking more and more on Mr. Vern here is about 4 months old now. And I'm really thinking about keeping him a bull, and once she has her first calf, letting him breed her and then butchering him. So let me know what you think about that. He'd be about a year or a little over a year old. You don't know what to think about the dog. He's gentle as a pup right now. So I don't mind leaving him a bull if he stays gentle. The flies, there's a fly bugging him. Okay, we'll go down the holler now and check things out. check this garden out first. And I already seen 2, 3, 4. I see 4 watermelons so far. 5, there's another. Man, them will be good. Oh yeah, looking good. That ain't real big yet, but about big as both my hands. I ain't gonna get in there walking around and step on them, but I see another, these are Charleston Grays. And then I see 3, I think 3 sugar babies. Looking good. Here's my corn. This is the all silver queen. And it has all got ears on it now. And here we have the first 2 rows. And it is starting to make corn. I see the silk starting to turn. So hopefully we'll get a little rain and it'll help fill this out. And I'd say next week we'll be having corn. And now I need to bring my live traps down here now. And maybe a battery radio. Try to keep the coons out of it. I ain't so much worried about the crows as I am the coons. And I see there's rattlesnake beans blooming. Yeah, that ear is looking really nice. I bet if we pull him back, we'll sacrifice this one for the name of YouTube. Let's check him out. If I can pull him with one hand. Oh yeah, looking good. Still got just a little ways to go. But man, that silver queen is so pretty and white. And I'll take this baby home and eat him later for a snack. Oh yeah. Looking good. Like I say, I'd say next week, or maybe late this week, because today's Sunday, we should have some corn. These rows here, they're all making ears, but they're of course several weeks behind. I think about 2.5, 3 weeks behind. I've got little greasy beans coming on, looks like. And man, they are loaded with blooms. These 2 rows went crazy growing, and they've grew into one another. So I'll probably have to pick from both sides and won't be able to get down the middle much. But man, they are doing good. Nice looking vines. This garden's doing really well. We'll go over here now and check on the other patch. Okay, this little patch is doing really good. You can see here, my sweet potatoes is really vining really well. I see a few weeds I need to pull out of them, and I need to run the tiller through this week. There's some weeds coming in. But I'll let this little round of rain get through. And now this row, this part of the sweet potatoes is the ones that I bought from the Mennonites. And they were planted, if you remember, earlier than my other ones. So they're a little farther along. And they have a different leaf on them. You see, I'm not sure what kind I got. They didn't tell me. You see how the leaf looks on these. And then these are the ones that Jeremiah sent me, that you seen me open from the mail. Get that weed out. And look at the leaf on these. I'm not sure what variety they are either. I know they've been passed down in his family for a long time. And they have a good taste, I can vouch for that. Need to weed them a little bit, they ain't too bad. This corn is, the first 2 rows is the Silver Queen, and then I have up in here candy corn. I had some seed left from it, and it didn't, I think the crows pulled some of that up on me because it's kind of patchy. Up here, these 2 short rows, from about where the dog Sue is standing, down is the old-fashioned hickory cane corn, not hickory king. And this was given to me by my good friend Leo in Arkansas. And I think this has been in his family for about 200 years, he said. His grandmother, I believe he said, was Cherokee Indian. And he sent me this. And also, there's a few beans in it that he sent me that is a Cherokee black pole bean. And I've never raised them, but I planted them with the corn he sent me. And they're coming up pretty good. Over here in this weed patch is my cantaloupes. And I see that there's one little cantaloupe. And I seen some more the other day. But there's several cantaloupe in there. Here's one of my pumpkin vines making its way. Those are the Cherokee tan pumpkins that I got from Deep South Homestead. And this is my Danny corn. And I would say that the Danny corn is at least 10 feet tall right now. Because I'm 6 feet. And when I stand next to it, I still look up several feet. And it's starting to make tassel. I see a tassel starting in this one. And I think I seen one in that tallest one there. So it'll be at least 12 feet once it's done tasseling. These Cherokee tan pumpkins, I've seen lots of blooms. And I think I've seen one pumpkin so far, but I haven't really dug in here and looked around much. So I'm not sure how many pumpkins I've seen on here. Or I've got on here, excuse me. Where did I see that? Oh. Right here is a little tiny one right there starting. And I'm sure if I dig around, I could find some more. But everything is growing really well. Like I say, this week, it's supposed to have a little rain showers tomorrow, so probably Wednesday, I'll bring my tiller down here and till this out and hoe it and lay it by. I'm gonna check on this last pumpkin down here. This end of the garden is a little more poor, and I put nitrogen on this corn, but you can see here, down towards the end, it just gets smaller and smaller. And you know, this little thing, this pitiful looking one, it's only about 4 feet tall. But I need to work on this end next year. We'll check this pumpkin vines over this way. I don't see any yet on that one, but it's still growing. Now here I see a few pumpkins starting. Here's one. Cute little feller. And here's several up here I see. I'm anxious to try these this year. Yeah, here's two. Yeah, looking good, ain't they, Sue? Little Sue dog here. Looking good. But yeah, the Danny corn is coming along now. Hopefully I do it halfway justice. Man, it must be going to come a good rain. I hear a lot of thunder in the distance. I'll make sure I'm up the holler before it hits too. The potatoes, I haven't really showed them much. They're kind of hard to get to. I've got to go through the creek and stuff. But they have done pretty good, and I think they're all ready to dig now. But this garden will look really good whenever I get it tilled out. And this will all be my late crop of corn and beans. I've got mostly in this corn I've got white half runners. Gonna have lots of sweet potatoes, I think. These vines are starting to run pretty good. I'm not sure how much these vine, but they're looking good. Okay, that's all I got for you today. Just thought I'd update you on the garden a little bit. Man, I just seen a big bolt of lightning. But anyway, done a little more work over at the old log cabin. We're going to be we took down and going to be rebuilding, and got it all took down and moved. So we're about ready to start the rebuild on that. And looks like a lot of canning getting ready to start in the future. So I'm gonna go in the house before this storm hits, and I'm gonna enjoy this nice ear of Silver Queen corn. So appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hope you have a very blessed day.